Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling entirely confused, guilty, and questioning your own sanity, even though you did nothing wrong? In the shadows of human behavior, physical aggression is rare, but psychological warfare is constant. The most dangerous weapon is not a loud argument or an open insult. It is a silent, invisible toxin used by masters of manipulation to control your thoughts, drain your energy, and make you dependent on their approval. They don't attack your logic, they attack your emotional foundation. As a highly analytical mind, you must understand that being intelligent does not make you immune to emotional traps. In fact, manipulators love targeting deep thinkers because your empathy can be weaponized against you. In this video, we are going to decode the dark psychology of emotional manipulation. We will uncover 5 calculated tactics that toxic individuals use to secretly control you, and how you can disarm them instantly. Pay close attention to the third tactic, because it is the most destructive illusion ever created. Part 1, The Weaponization of Silence, the Silent Treatment. We often talk about the power of silence as a tool for focus and mystery. But in the hands of a toxic manipulator, silence becomes a psychological whip. When someone suddenly withdraws their attention, ignores your messages, or becomes emotionally cold without explaining why, they are not just taking space. They are executing a calculated strategy designed to induce anxiety. Your brain experiences emotional rejection in the exact same area it processes physical pain. By leaving you in a vacuum of information, the manipulator forces your mind to overthink, blame itself, and eventually beg for their forgiveness, just to end the agonizing silence. The silent genius recognizes this game immediately. When someone uses silence as a weapon, the only winning move is to match their silence with absolute indifference. Part 2, Gaslighting, the Distortion of Reality. The most insidious form of psychological manipulation is gaslighting. Its ultimate goal is simple: to make you doubt your own memory, perception, and sanity, until you rely entirely on their version of the truth. A manipulator will confidently look you in the eye and say, "I never said that, you're being paranoid," or "you are twisting things as usual." Even when you have clear facts, their absolute conviction shakes your confidence. Over time, this constant erosion of your reality destroys your psychological boundaries. You begin to question your own judgment, transforming from an independent thinker into someone who constantly walks on eggshells. Remember, your reality is not open for negotiation. If your intuition tells you something is wrong, trust it, even if the whole world claims otherwise. Part 3, The Victimhood Identity, Shifting the Blame. This is the ultimate defensive maneuver in dark psychology. When a manipulator makes a mistake, insults you, or violates your boundaries, they will somehow find a way to make themselves the victim. If you confront them about their behavior, they will immediately bring up their past traumas, their current stress, or claim that your reaction to their disrespect is the real problem. They weaponize your empathy. Suddenly, you find yourself comforting the person who hurt you, and apologizing for causing them distress. It is a brilliant illusion that shifts the focus from their bad behavior to your emotional debt. A highly aware mind distinguishes between true pain and tactical victimhood. Never let someone's unresolved past become an excuse to destroy your present peace. Part 4, Intermittent Reinforcement, the Addiction Loop. Why is it so incredibly hard to walk away from a toxic person? The answer lies in a behavioral phenomenon called intermittent reinforcement. If a person treats you badly all the time, you will leave. But if they give you absolute validation, intense affection, and high praise, and then suddenly take it away only to bring it back later, they create a biological addiction in your brain. Your dopamine spikes during the rare moments of peace, making you crave their validation like a drug. Manipulators use this cycle of hot and cold to keep you off balance. You spend all your energy trying to fix the relationship, constantly chasing the ghost of how good things used to be in the beginning. Realize that emotional safety is built on consistency, not on chaotic cycles of rescue and abandonment. Part 5, The Guilt Trip, the Empathy Trap. Highly intelligent and empathetic people have a strong moral compass. You naturally hate causing pain to others. Manipulators know this, and they use your conscience as a remote control. The guilt trip is a subtle manipulation where every boundary you set is framed as an act of selfishness. If you say no to a request, they whisper, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me." They don't respect your boundaries, they view them as an insult to their control. When you allow guilt to dictate your actions, you are letting someone else rule your life. True respect requires no manipulation. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you lack empathy, it means you possess self-respect. Outro. The moment you see through the fog of emotional manipulation, its power vanishes completely. A manipulator thrives on your reaction, your anger, and your desperation. When you look at their games with cold, analytical awareness and refuse to react, their illusions crumble into dust. Protect your peace, protect your mind, and never let anyone master your emotions. Before you leave, tell me in the comments. Have you ever encountered someone who used the weapon of silence against you? If this psychological breakdown brought clarity to your mind, hit the like button, subscribe to Silent Genius, and stay intellectually unbreakable.